All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Delusional's Arcade. We're actually at the Cradle of Aviation Museum. We're using a new 4K camera, so we've upgraded, and this is Seamus here.
What's up, guys?
We're actually gonna do a quick walkthrough through this awesome exhibit. They reopened, they spaced the machines out, so you're not gonna wanna miss it. Come join us, and let's get right into it. I can't believe it's still here.
Yeah.
You guys survived. That's
I
great.
can't believe either. I mean, it's a hard go, as it was for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, we had to close it from March until now. We're not even really fully reopened yet. We reopened this Saturday, December 26th.
And you guys got a grant, right? So
we got a grant
I mean, it's still, you know, you're still going to apply again next year, I'm assuming.
We're still going to apply for the next
afloat,
round.
yeah.
So
but stuff like this helps it.
Yeah, and they decided, they told me, Museum Brass told me, well, listen, put it back out again for the holidays, and we'll let it run. So,
cool.
You know, we got to have our precautions. So we're making sure people put gloves on when they come in. We have hand sanitizer placed around. I think the bigger challenge was spacing the games evenly apart, and then taking over more room here of the exhibit space that wasn't originally exhibit space.
Cool.
So we have our computer space back up here.
Nice. I see you guys got the monitor all set. That's awesome. That it looks better. It's nice and bright now.
Yep.
Yeah, George got this one going, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Me and George got this one going. It took about a week or two once we got everything. Once we actually got the tube. Once we got the chassis.
Right. Yeah, I saw it when it was before the chassis.
The tube is the original tube.
Right. Oh, okay. So you got a new chassis. Yep.
So we got a new chassis.
That's awesome.
We
you
just
kept it kind of original there.
Yeah, we wanted to keep it as original as possible, so we stole the chassis off another TV from, it was a 1972 General Electric. We stole that chassis, realized it was the same one, and just jumped the wires according to the old chassis.
Nice. So this is actually the update to it, but if you guys want to see the original video, George and I actually did one where I interviewed him about it. He opens it up and you can see inside. If you're curious, just click on the link up above. So, and of course you have the plaques, which I love about this whole exhibit. You have everything there, the history of the game. Super important. Same thing here, you got the Pong.
Yep, George's Pong that he built out of basically nothing, you know.
So he had the original, I believe this is original. Right.
And he had the board.
Right.
That's
Even the knobs too, I think were original, he was telling me.
Yes.
And then he just built the cab around it.
He built the whole cab around it from spec.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it works great.
It's basically, it's like right off the Atari floor.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, when you look at it, like you wouldn't think anything
Well,
else.
it was an employee that had this, right? Something like that. I can't remember the exact story.
A guy who actually went to court for Nolan Bushnell.
When he gave it to him as payment.
As a witness, and he gave him him a Pong as payment.
That's so cool.
The guy couldn't keep the Pong, the machine original, so what he did was he consoleized it, so he tore this out and the board set, and he kept this in the board set in a piece of wood, so he could plug it into TVs and stuff like that if he wanted to later on. And George got it, and
I can't wait to talk to George. He was here earlier today, but we were just busy working on some machines. But we're definitely going to do a video on this now that they're open again. We can do it off hours when no one's here, and we're going to do a full in-depth. We're going to open it up and check it out. But I've worked on this machine too, where I've seen the dials and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So Space Invaders, typical Space Invaders. It's here. It's working.
Here's our.
And a lot of these don't have the multi-kits because you want to preserve the whole.
Yeah, I really prefer the original board sets.
Right, because I was like, hey, Donkey Kong, don't you have the remix? And I'm like, wait, it's a museum. We're not really supposed to technically.
But there are some. I mean, and as
there's some gray area.
And there's some board sets that just, for me with the old Williams games, the motherboard's always suicide. They're always problematic. They're always troublesome for me. So I did with the majority of our Williams games. I did J-Rock them.
But they're laying dormant in there. Untouched.
The board set's laying dormant inside the cabinet.
Yeah.
And the J-Rock is in there, and that's what I'm running. But I kept the original.
You got to preserve them, exactly.
Yeah. So original set in Asteroids, original set in Super Breakout. Frogger, I have a bit kit for it because I wanted to preserve the original board set. But it's running on the original board set right now because I just couldn't get the bit kit to translate over properly into the monitor. I couldn't get the picture right. So I just kind of gave up on that for the time being and was like, let me just run the original board. The Qbert is not an original Qbert. The Qbert is a Milestar board. And
which are super hard to get, by the way.
Yes, and this is a Rockola cabinet that I just put Qbert graphics on because we needed a Qbert. And I didn't want to spend the money on a Qbert, so I figured let's just build one.
Now you just need a Mad Planets.
Yep, exactly, exactly.
I'll get it before you do, though.
Yes, you will. DK Jr. and Mario Brothers, back to back. They're all original.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the one you guys restored last year, I remember. Or was it earlier this year?
We did this, not this year.
You put the side art on. I remember you guys did that. I did a whole video on that, on the behind the scenes.
I think we had like DK side art on it, whatever.
Yeah. It looks great.
But it came out looking really good. And
awesome. And as you can see, they're side by side. This is not a wide body, it's the regular one, but it works.
Yes.
I actually prefer this over the wide body. I think the wide body looks awkward to me.
Yeah, I think
it's
so
a little
too.
bit, it's a tiny bit,
yes,
a little bit wider.
It's
but you can
like
see side by
it's
side.
got like 1.5 inches or so wider, yeah.
Then you got Tetris. This
Tetris,
is the one
you did the monitor
fixed the monitor on this. Yep. So
bright and beautiful.
Yep.
We have this here. This is coming soon. This is a project I've been working on since lockdown. I got a cabinet gifted to me, and it was like a PGA golf cabinet, and I was like, I don't want this thing. Like, so I pulled the computer out, I pulled everything out, whatever, and I'm like, what did this start life as? And I got to the control panel, I peeled off this green mess of stuff, and there was a huge hole in there for the trackball. Somebody drilled a huge hole in it.
Right.
When I peeled it off, I'm like, oh man, this is an NBA Jam.
Oh, of course.
I'm like, so I gotta make an NBA Jam.
Gotta do justice to it, yeah.
So, that's what I'm doing right now.
So yeah, this actually works. George and I were working on it earlier, but we were just trying to, rejuvenate the monitor. We weren't really rejuvenating. We were testing the monitor to see, and it passed flying colors. So pretty much once you get the side art done on this, you can get it out there, but it works 100%.
Yeah, I get the side art, I get the art kit in, and I get it on there. It's
cool.
Good to go, and it's back to being
what a good addition.
What it started life as.
And Moonwalker, of course, another classic machine.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Wish it was a 3-player, but it's not. It's a 2-player, and that's okay.
So, of course, this is the normal stuff you guys have in the museum that is, a history of everything. And it's really cool on this side. They have a whole bunch of 80s and 90s games by year. So if I were to kind of focus on that, yeah, it's really neat how it has everything on there and people can read about it. And it kind of talks about it on the side too, which we just saw. And there's more over there, the golden age of games, so it's really neat. And this cocktail I love.
Yep, this is my baby. I love
Beautiful.
This. I love this cocktail table.
I love little touches like this when you put the stuff. Crystal Castle, that's my game. Nice. Cool, so you got a pack cab over here.
Yep, it's original pack cab. It's in its place.
Right, you got it set to free play. So everything here is set to free play. So you just pay one flat admission rate.
One flat admission fee, $10.
And then you go in, $10, and you play all night, basically. And this is cool how you tied it in with the Pac-Man memorabilia and stuff. It's pretty cool. Donkey Kong in the red cabinet. I mean, to me, this is the best way it has to look. I'm not a fan of the blue compared to this.
It's a real red
radar
cabinet
scope.
too. That's
It's a radar scope.
It's a radar scope cab. So
I can't tell. I know there's a difference with the grill. Some have different slots, and you can tell if it's original versus like factory that they just use these. I can't remember the history of it. Somebody in the comments correct me, but anyway, more memorabilia here. You got the Street Fighter cab. I love the white Street Fighter cab you had too.
My champion, I paint.
That one is nice.
When you'll see that in a minute or two. But when I came into that cabinet, I got it cheap, whatever, and I started like wanting to do the body work on it because it was beaten to hell, and I started sanding it and stripping it, whatever, and I'm like, wait a second, I'm like, and I saw like this yellow and red come out, like I was sanding it, and I saw this yellow and red come out, whatever, and I'm like, wait a second, and this cabinet was sitting right behind that cabinet when I was working on it in the shop, and I'm like, oh. Somebody took a Defender cabinet, made a Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition.
Oh, wow. I still like how it looks white,
So I painted, I just wanted to paint it white,
looks good.
Give it nice and bright, nice bright.
This looks good too. This is running the J-Rock with the stuff dormant inside.
Running a J-Rock.
I love that. I mean, these are really meant for the track and field so people wouldn't cheat.
Yes.
These buttons right here. But I just think it looks cool, like a real control panel here. So it gives it that extra nice look to it.
Yep. There's our Robotron
This is the Robotron we fixed.
We fixed this. Jason
We got this in
and I
a
got
behind
this
the
thing
scenes
running.
episode.
Yep.
Brand
Clean
new
the
grommets,
controllers.
brand new everything.
Yep.
So I played it earlier today, and I was like, God, I want this
Plays
game.
great,
I want
right?
that game.
Plays
that
great,
one's
right?
restored. It
Yeah.
plays beautifully. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna go in here. We'll turn on a little bit of light here. Check it out. So, got asteroids over here. We got Deluxe Space Invaders, which
Yep.
has a different cabinet as the one you saw earlier.
Space Duel.
Space Duel.
Which is
always a-
basically like Asteroids Part 3, I guess.
Yeah, it's not very well received, but
No.
it's people are realizing now it's a really deep game and it's awesome.
It's an amazing game.
Yeah, and then you got Zaxxon.
One of
Not
my
many
personal
fans like
favorites,
these, but I like it
Zaxxon.
too. Yep.
Yep.
And
Not a lot of people
Punch
give
Out.
enough love to Zaxxon.
I
feel
know,
like
I
people
know.
don't
It's like
love
Super
it. And
Pac-Man.
I'm
I'm a Super
love
Pac-Man
it.
fan.
Yeah.
People are like, that's the worst Pac-Man.
It's not. It's really
Yeah,
not.
it's all, it's all relative, I guess. But this is a really nice Punch-Out and beautiful shape.
Yeah, we restored this fully too.
Museum quality, you can say
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah.
Gorf, I recognize this. I used to have one. I had the shell of one, actually. But what's really cool about all these, like you can see on top, he has the plaque there that says what it's supposed to say. So if we were to zoom in, you could totally see it. It might take a little while to focus. There you go. Mm-hmm. So pretty cool. So very nice. Oh, we missed these. Dig Dug. Those look so nice together.
Centipede,
like that.
yeah.
I love that.
I tried to match them up back to back too, of like what's gonna look good as far as the Atari stuff goes, you know.
Yeah.
So
And somebody tell me in the comments, I have no idea, but I know if it's outlined by pink, some are Irish cabs versus American cabs. I don't really know the difference. So I know some of these are pink there instead of being green, but it's still really nice, all original. Same thing here, Dig Dug. Mike, this one's for you because he just got a Dig Dug.
nice.
And then Crystal Castles, this is the cab that I wanted for so long. And as you guys know, I already have one. Works beautifully. I did a last credit here actually on that game. Kangaroo, also a great game. Arabians, I think the other one that has the same cab shape, that, Dig Dug, and Kangaroo. Pretty cool. And then Stargate.
Stargate, yeah, and then this side, I don't have the side art done yet, whatever. I have to get that done, but this is one of my favorites. This is,
Tutankham.
Tutankham is a hidden gem. People don't really,
You should talk
people
to
don't
my
remember.
buddy.
People don't remember the Stern games. Man, I think that
Yeah.
probably one of Stern's best games.
One of my good friends, that Tim guy, he has a YouTube channel too. He restored a beautiful Tutankham,
Yeah.
and he loves that game.
I love Tutankham.
He's had it. I think it might have been his first pickup that he ever got. I'm
It's
not
a
really
wonderful like dungeon crawler, maze
Yeah, it's
game.
a little weird.
Yeah.
The controls, but it's still pretty cool. Sinistar. Man, you're all set with your Williams here.
Yeah, this Sinistar is built from scratch. So that's
Wow.
I don't have a Sinistar board, and I desperately wanted a Sinistar in the collection for the exhibit for the museum.
Right.
And you can't touch them for you got to spend lots of money on them.
Yeah, yeah.
So I had an empty cab sitting around. I had a J-Rock board, and I bought the proper 49-way joystick.
Oh, okay. So
And
it's
the
running the
J-Rock,
49 way.
the J-Rock board has
The input.
for 49-way joystick.
Yeah, that's so cool.
But I had to find the harness. So I waited, whatever. And then what actually ended up happening was Golden Age Arcade Parts. He's up in Canada. He's
He's awesome.
He is
makes-
amazing.
Yes.
And he's the sweetest guy, like salt of the earth guy. So I contacted him and I was like, dude, did you make a Sinistar harness yet? Did you make a Williams harness yet with the 49-way? He's like,
Right.
yeah, I just finished it.
Oh, okay. Because I know he has a Defender one. For
Right,
people
so
that
I was
want to
sitting
convert it.
I was
to
sitting
plug
on the
and play,
board
yeah.
and everything for years.
That's awesome.
And then he sent it to me and it plugged right in.
This is a good
worked.
idea. I like that it has decals.
Yeah, so I got the
Yes.
full side art, but the rest of it was black. I painted the cabinet black. So we just basically cut out.
Oh, okay. So you did it yourself.
We cut it out.
They should just offer that. I think that'd be really cool.
We cut it out because we just found it was easier.
Yeah.
Because it never matches up the size of the cabinet.
Because my good friend Jeff Kinder just put a full side art set from Joe Sabo that's all black and everything that he just completely stripped the side and did everything.
If you can get in there,
But
you can see
this would be a great
the J-Rock right here. If you can get in there.
Oh, I don't think I could fit in there. Oh, I see it kind of, yeah.
Because I don't have it back on.
There
that.
it is. He changed the colors of the J-Rocks, a lot of them too.
Yeah.
Like the Williams is still red, but
Still
he changed,
red.
I think, Milestar to yellow now.
Yes, Milestar's yellow now.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Here's Joust. So the original board set is in this, but I am running a J-Rock on this as well.
Okay.
To preserve the integrity of the board.
Yeah, I think that's a smart thing to do, especially
just
more
about it.
reliability with the power supply. Like we did that, I think, with the Robotron that's outside,
Yes.
because we had to, the power supply died on that.
Yes,
and it's
the power supply died on that.
What's more reliable, you know?
Yep.
So, and that's all reversible too, which is the best thing.
Right. I can just take it out. Yep.
Exactly.
Tempest and Star Wars over there. Spy Hunter's over here.
Spy Hunter, this was having issues earlier today.
Yeah,
and we corrected
yeah.
them, so we're good to go. It just, it was a power issue. We just had to reseat some stuff.
And this is one of me and your favorites.
Kicks cab, yep. I have a Kicks cab now.
But I love this game.
Jungle Hunt. We're gonna work on that monitor probably next time I come. It just needs probably just a check and balance, and then we'll just see. I don't think it needs a cap. I think we might have capped it, but we just never got around. I didn't have my rejuvenator that day.
Right. Okay.
But we got to adjust it out, and then over here we'll go back to these. Oh, did I miss these two?
Yeah, Star Wars and Tempest.
So many games, and this is a cream of the crop, by the way, because you've cherry picked all your good games. Because of the spacing issues, you had to take some away.
Yes.
So these are like the best of the best.
Yeah, I definitely had to take some away.
Yeah.
Which is always unfortunate, but yeah.
By the way, this is the stuff that we were talking about. Like, this is everywhere. I love this stuff. I've been using it the whole time I'm here, you know, just to repair stuff, even though I'm, you know, staying pretty good with not touching stuff. But, yep, it's very important to have that. And Star Wars looks great. Such a classic game. So you got all your vectors running. I mean, I don't want to be like, you know, I'll knock on wood here.
Yeah, knock on wood. Because the color vectors have never really given me a problem. I mean, Space Duel did once.
Yeah.
I had a problem with it, but I ended up figuring it out and fixing it and running
So
it.
Missile Command.
Missile Command.
Such a classic panel. I love it. It's awesome. Cool. Yeah, the side art's pretty intact on these.
Yeah.
I mean, this is better. You have better side art than I do on my Rolling Thunder.
Well, this is new side art. We just did that in February before we reopened and then closed because of COVID.
Right.
So this is new side art for Rolling Thunder.
And you painted the side, or is it vinyl?
We painted the side.
Okay. Because I'm planning to laminate mine, but originally it was vinyl. So you kind of got, you either got to paint it. You can never do vinyl, in my opinion.
But again,
it'll peel.
One of my favorites, and I'm sure one of your favorites too.
Yeah.
Rolling Thunder is just the game. It's just, I don't know. For me, when I was young, it was a quarter eater, man. I just spent all day playing it.
A lot of people did not, there's no love for this game, but it's just so good.
It is so good.
I love it. All right, so we got Arkanoid here. We'll start on this side. We'll actually do this. We'll try to do two at a time. So we got Double Dragon and a Taito cab. That looks pretty badass. I love it. Then we'll move over to Double Dragon 2 to match. Yep. Pretty cool. And then, of course, Strider, which we fixed today. Yep. It's in a track and field cab, but it looks, look at that, it's crystal clear.
Jason fixed the whole chassis for me.
Yeah, I had this for months. I actually capped it a while ago at home where one of the colors was missing. And typically on the 4900, the neck board is the issue. So you just got to reflow it. So it's probably that one of the chromer transistors just wasn't connected right, but it works perfectly. I mean, Strider's such a good game. Yeah. I'm glad it's up. This did have, just like you saw earlier with the other game, coming soon, but now it's here. This is pretty cool. I love how you lit the buttons there.
Yeah. A couple of them fail out a little bit, so I got to go back in and do them, whatever. But
awesome.
I mean, I won an X-Men vs. Street Fighter. I had an old, beaten up Area 51 cab that was destroyed, sitting around. So that's this Area 51.
I see it down there.
Site 4.
Site, yep.
But I just was like,
it looks great though.
Like I have a board set sitting around. I gotta put it in something.
And this is the afterburner we fixed last time. Was it a monitor issue too?
Yes, you did the monitor on this one.
Oh, this had vertical collapse. That's right.
Yes.
And we fixed it, and it's been running rock solid ever since, even with the vibrations.
Even
and that's how we knew something was loose, right?
Yes.
It would vibrate and then it would turn on. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So we fixed that. Again, you can see the link in the description for the other video we did behind the scenes. What else are we gonna do here? Final Fight?
Final Fight.
Such a classic game. I mean, this is the perfect cab. Like, people would kill for this cab.
It is.
It just looks so good.
I I spent a lot of time doing the bodywork on this.
It looks really good. Then we got
the new side art. You know, the controllers, the joysticks don't match, but I'll swap those out another day.
Yeah, I saw them in the back. You had tons and tons of stuff.
I got tons, so I'll just swap them out.
It's just time. There's just so many to work on. Yeah, especially now they're little limited in staff. You got to be a little careful,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
So this is the white one I was talking about. It's a Defender cab, but I just like how the Street Fighter package looks on a white cab.
Yeah,
Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to paint it white, and I was like,
You might be starting a new trend now.
I'm going to do red T molding and a white cabinet, and all the guys were like, "You want to do a white cabinet?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" I'm like, "Everything else is black. Why not just paint it white? You know,
cool.
White, make it a white cabinet. Whatever."
So then over here we got Marvel vs. Capcom, always popular.
2 in a 1 cap.
Oh, is it?
2.
Marvel vs. Capcom 2?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So I'm making a Marvel vs. Capcom 1 over there, but this is a 2-board, a Naomi. It's a Sega Naomi.
I like how you put the graphic down there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's basically a duplicate of that up there, just a sticker.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great idea. And then over here we got Mortal Kombat with the original side art with Johnny Cage. Master Daniel Pesina's on the side. And it looks really good. And then this is also coming soon that we're going to be working on.
Yep.
So
we got a lot of work to do on that.
It's cool. I commend you for not using the typical Wreck-It Ralph, out of order, coming soon or whatever. This
No,
one's just like,
it's the same thing. Like what we're talking, like what I was saying with NBA Jam. Like this came to us in the collection as a Tekken 2.
oh,
And then during COVID, I had a lot of time on my hands, and I was, you know, working here or whatever. And I was just like, well, I have another board set for something else. Let me see if it'll fit in Tekken 2, because Tekken 2 wasn't a popular game. And when I opened it up, I realized, I'm like, well, why didn't I see this years ago? We've had this cabinet in the collection for years, and I realized once I opened it up and flipped the control panel over, I was like, wait a second, this is a Konami 4-player cabinet.
yeah, that's so funny.
And I'm like, so this started life as
I love, like what you're saying now is like
Turtles.
arcade archaeology.
Yeah,
You know,
so
it's
I was like,
it's like doing a dig.
I was like, I'm not going to put something else in here. I'm going to put a Turtles in here. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm in the process of doing, is
Right.
making this back to being what it started life as. I feel
Right.
like that's where I'm kind of at with my restoration process now.
Yep.
When I see a cabinet, I'm like, oh, that's
This
a
is what it
Midway
used to be.
cabinet, and there's something else in it. I'm like, well,
Right.
I'm gonna make that a Galaxy, and I'm gonna make it
Right.
a
And a lot of the
Pac-Man.
times you'll have cabs, like for instance, Strider is in a track and field
It's
cab,
track
but
and
then
field,
if you
yeah.
come across the track and field is in like poor shape or something.
Yes.
Oh wait, I already have the guts. Then you could transfer it back
Transfer
to there, make
back
it original.
into it. Yep.
Yeah. So that's awesome that
Yeah.
you do that.
This Mortal Kombat 2 was always a Mortal Kombat 2, I believe. Our Mortal Kombat 1 was actually a Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 cabinet.
Okay.
And I made it, I wanted to go back to
Yeah,
Mortal
it looks
Kombat
great.
1. Yeah.
It looks really great. So what else we got here? We got bank
We
shots,
got Electromech,
EM pinball,
bank shot,
Yep.
Gottlieb. We got Gottlieb's Electromech home run.
Home run school. Nice, and this is part of the exhibit here because it's the Cradle of Aviation
Yep.
Museum.
And we got
That's
a
what that
Williams
is.
big guns and our Williams Tri-Zone.
Oh wow, look at that backboard. It's
Yeah.
huge.
It's huge, right?
Holy crap.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Nice. And then Williams Tri-Zone. These are cool. I love that. This is a perfect place for them too.
Yeah.
You know, where people can appreciate them. And then we'll skip over here real quick. This is the Nintendo Play Choice. That's George's, right?
George's, yeah. George's.
He has another one, I think.
Yes, he
you're
does. He
saying.
has 2.
That is just
But just
perfect.
Just great.
And it's just
I
in
mean,
great shape. You can see here where like he has the original stuff. Usually these are missing on the joysticks.
Yep.
And he has them like the rubbery piece. It's just so cool.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I love it.
Sounds good. It looks good.
If he's
plays
ever
great.
selling it, I'm definitely interested. I'd probably buy this first over a candy cab, to be honest. And then this is coming soon, right? This is the Blitz
Yeah,
one that
this
we're
is
working on.
the Blitz and the Showtime.
With the monitor
I'm still
issue?
working on.
Is the monitor or the
monitor
game?
issue solved.
Okay.
Right now, it's basically the whole board sets
Okay.
needs to be.
So before it was
I need to
both,
cut it.
now it's just only 1 out of 2.
Yep.
Gotcha. This is going to be
Monitor's
cool to
done.
play too. See, this is a perfect place for you guys have the room.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like a lot of people have these in their houses. They're like, man, it takes up a lot of room. So Ninja Gaiden, I used to own this game.
Yep.
My Miss Pac was a Ninja Gaiden.
Okay.
It was actually a Miss Pac that somebody painted black that they put Ninja Gaiden conversion into.
Nice.
It was made for it. It
Okay.
was like an official conversion with the same thing. We had this that was folded.
Right.
There was actually a guy on my channel that was asking about it. He had a missile command that he's missing that piece right there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so.
This came to us as a silkworm, and I was like,
silkworm, okay.
because same.
Oh, it's
same
the same
joystick,
controls, yeah.
Right. So this would, in silkworm, this moves switches the gun direction,
okay.
right?
Right.
And in Ninja Gaiden, it's a grab. So I was like, I want a Ninja Gaiden. I don't want Silkworm. So I just
that's so cool.
switch your board set.
Yep. What else did I miss here?
Narc.
And then usual cab. It looks like a, I don't really know him too well, but it looks almost like a Xenophobe. Does Xenophobe come in a cab similar to
Looks
that?
like a Xenophobe or a
remind
Major
me.
Havoc.
Major Havoc, I think, came like in a Return of the Jedi cabinet.
Okay,
or
so then yeah,
Firefox.
it's a
It has like
Xenophobe,
that
yeah.
base you could stand
Yeah.
on. So this might be the actual Narc or Xenophobe cabinet. I'm not really sure. Or Zybots, maybe? Maybe it's Zybots.
No, Zybots is definitely different because I have one in storage.
I'm like
Zybots
naming all
comes
these
out
cabinets. Blasteroids, maybe?
Blasteroids
was
came
weird.
in
It's like a weird looking
Williams
cab.
Blasteroids. That was either a normal looking Williams cabinet that was on an angle, or it was that Duramold blow molded cabinet.
Oh, okay.
That circular cabinet. And Bubbles came in that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the Duramold. Yeah,
The
I gotcha,
Duramold,
gotcha.
Bubbles, and Blasteroids came in that. Blasteroids, you can't touch that for anything less than like really big money. For
Yeah.
those.
This is cool, by the way. I love this. I have a millipede cabinet, so I can understand the nostalgia, but this one's really, really good shape.
Yeah,
It's
and that's
nice.
my personal collection. I love this thing.
So you brought
Love
this in
this
just to
thing.
show
Yep,
everybody.
love
I
it.
see a lot of people. This is always getting constant play. You know, kids and adults.
Yeah.
You know, I love millipede.
And
I
you know,
prefer
listen, God bless the little 13-inch monitor in this thing. I had it rebuilt once, but I mean the color on it
it. It's beautiful.
is. I mean, this 1982. It's been sitting around since. You know?
Yeah, it's awesome.
So it's beautiful.
Yeah, that's crazy. This
This
is
is
cool. This is the
George's
one George
pickup.
picked up. How
George
much did he
picked this
pay
up.
for it?
$100.
$100. Can you
$100
believe
bucks.
that? Oh my
We
God.
brought it back here. We cleaned it up. We put it to free play. We did some work on it, and
It looks beautiful.
It looks great,
the
right?
monitor is gorgeous.
yeah,
So you guys had it working? Like you got it for $100 working, or was it?
got it for $100 working.
That's crazy. I think it's because of the room. People need
Took
room.
it apart. Got it out of a basement, you know, basement apartment thing, whatever.
That
so it was
is
a real pain in the butt.
crazy.
But you know, look,
mean,
the side
everything
art
is
was
pretty much
somewhat
intact.
intact. It looks good, you know.
Yeah.
It's well worn, but it's all there.
Yeah.
You know, and to have a Nintendo
That's so
Midway
cool.
game, you know,
I
have
love
a
it.
cruising, you know, it's definitely part of the history of arcades.
But this monitor, I mean,
The monitor is gorgeous.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
It's hard to even convey here because the shutter doesn't capture it correctly, but it's a beautiful, beautiful monitor.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. And of course, Nibbler, we saw this.
Yep.
So this is built from
Jason
scratch.
worked very hard on this with us and for us to get it up and running.
And it's running Aaron's BitKit inside, which is awesome.
It's
But
running
you
a
have it
bit
just
kit.
running Nibbler,
They're beautiful. I love them. It boots right to Nibbler.
right? Wow.
I was the only one who, I mean, everyone else on staff was like, what's Nibbler? I'm like, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna build one.
Everybody who
I'm
I
gonna
remember.
build one, and as soon as we built it and had it finished, and you tweaked it for me, and we put it on the floor, and all the people
saw
who
it.
work with me started playing it. They were like, "Oh wow!" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really an amazing,
It's such a good,
amazing
fun game. Yeah, it's really hard too.
Yeah, it's really hard. I'm like, it's
Ramps up.
probably Rockola's best game.
Yeah, every time I
that
come
time
here, I
frame.
see people like it's like literally you had this at the end of the floor,
Yep.
and people would come to it and they'd be like, "Oh my God, that's a Nibbler," and
Yep.
they'd want to play it right away
Yep.
because everybody knows it's just a fun game.
Yeah,
So it's like the new Pac-Man if you think
is.
about it.
Yeah, it
because
is. It
this
is.
kind of got buried for a while,
Yep.
and people just start liking them now. So and then Spider-Man.
yep.
This
You
one.
worked on this one for us hardcore too. You did the monitor
Yep,
for
the
me.
monitor is. I'm trying to remember what's in there. 4900.
4900.
Yep, that we got working. That
we
I
had
had
something
working.
else,
I
but it
just threw
wouldn't
in there
fit.
as a spare. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it looks beautiful, of course, and the game's running great.
Yeah, surprisingly
It's in a
enough,
different. I think it's in
the
a
game's running
wrestling
great.
cab. That's originally a wrestling game. I think we figured out, but
It was
it works
originally
in that
some
cab. It works
wrestling
well.
Some wrestling game, yeah.
You know, everything's facing up, the
Mm-hmm.
joystick towards the screen, so it works well, and nothing's angled, and people love this game.
This is one of my. I would say this is one of my more favorite beat 'em ups of
Yeah.
that genre.
Well, now you're gonna have. It's not really beat 'em up, but NBA Jam.
I'm gonna have NBA Jam,
You're gonna have
Turtles,
this.
and
Turtles
Spider-Man.
is coming. So
Yep.
if you guys are hearing it and you want to come down, you know, Cradle of Aviation in Long Island, New York. You know, they're having the exhibit, $10.
Yeah.
You can start playing them. So awesome. So what else we got? That's it. I mean, look how beautiful
it.
that floor looks. It's ready for nostalgia right now. So very cool.
Yeah.
All right, Seamus. Well, thanks.
Thank you, Jason.
Thanks for hanging out. I always love coming here and helping out with monitors. And
I
doing
love
stuff.
having you here, man.
You know, if you guys were open the rest of
day.
the week, I'd be here too. I'm on vacation right now.
Yep.
So thanks, guys. If you guys want to see any more videos on this, you can click. We have a whole bunch of Cradle of Aviation playlists where you have last credits and all that stuff. Don't forget to hit me up on Twitter right here below. And I'm also on Instagram as well, where I post photos. You'll probably see photos of this right now, where I'm going to take a few snapshots and post them. So you've seen them already. And I guess that's it. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks again, Seamus.
Take care, guys. Thanks.
Take care, everybody. One other thing I wanted to mention, they have a Back to the Future display here. Pretty cool memorabilia that's signed. That's awesome. All the good stuff that you see. And of course, couldn't be Back to the Future without a DeLorean. So, pretty neat. It's not the Back to the Future rigged one, but it still is a stainless steel DeLorean. Pretty awesome. There you go, guys. So come to the exhibit. This is what you see. A little bonus. Take care.